Damn.
Black Goose family, though. What's happening, y'all? What's the day, goddammit? May 11th. So we're coming at you May 11th. You know what I'm saying? We got the, of course, so wonderfulness of the coronavirus update. Shout out to the coronavirus. I mean that in the most respectful manner that I can say that. And as always, happy coronavirus day. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your quarantine vacation. And as always, you're just trying to make the best out of a terrible situation, right? Oh, fuck. Coming off a big weekend, goddammit. UFC 249 just wrapped up. As I looked through all the reports, all of the fan feedback, people loved it. They enjoyed it. That was the best thing they've seen in a long time. I am probably one of the few where I don't agree with that. I was severely disappointed. Not because it wasn't a good card. It was a good card. It had a lot of good fights, but it just didn't get to the point that I was hoping to see it just because I just didn't feel like there was no type of energy. And, you know, what do you expect? There's no fans. So, at the end of the day, a lot of things happen. Big things happen. Goddamn. You have to address that. You have to respect it.
Right.
So, that's how it goes. Justin Gaethje beating Tony Ferguson. It didn't surprise me much. I still feel like Cruz should have lost to Cejudo. But
you saw that article I sent you, right?
Which one? When he was talking about niggas smell like.
No, my fault. What Dana said. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that. What did he say? It was on Cruz. I thought it was some bullshit, so. That's how it goes. When you got 2 seconds left, you got to let that man get it. That was an early stoppage, 100%. I'm positive of it. I wish there was a way to keep these refs a little more responsible sometimes. Yeah, that's what the guy smelled like alcohol and cigarettes. Yeah, that's what Cruz said. That's what I said. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So, because Dana didn't say that. That was Cruz right there. Dana hasn't spoken. Well, Dana might have spoken on it. I didn't watch his post, press conference, media scrum, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And he talks about the fights after. I didn't watch that shit. I feel you. But there's another card Wednesday.
Huh?
Yeah, there's a card Wednesday. There's a card Saturday. Yeah, I'm looking all around for my phone. I thought it was in my pocket.
Wednesday, what time?
Hold up, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, let's see this joint right now. So UFC card Wednesday, and we'll have right before the day, we'll have an actual. Okay, so it's Anthony Smith versus Glover Teixeira. Ovin St. Preux versus Ben Rothwell. Drew Dober versus Alexander Hernandez. Yeah. Ray Borg versus Ricky Sanchez. This is a mediocre card.
Compared to the one they put last time, and I thought the last card, it was good, like you said, but it wasn't. You feel me? So if it wasn't those fights, I don't know how interested I'd have been.
So they're not really trying to move forward with this whole no audience shit. He's like, man, this shit gonna go on.
You see what happened with Vince McMahon? He's like, I don't want that to happen to me.
Well, we say Dana, but that nigga don't have full control. Whoever the top want that shit to happen.
It's a big thing.
Oh yeah, and the one on Saturday is Overeem versus Walt Harris. Ige versus Barbosa, Anders versus Jocko. That's a better card. Not one necessarily though I want to watch all the way through. Like there's a couple fights on there I want to see. That's crazy. Do you think the UFC is hurting for money? How bad they trying to really start this shit back up?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they hurting, but they don't mind more. If that makes sense. What the hell, man?
I'm just like they pushing for this shit hard. I'm like baseball, NBA, NFL, but they ain't in no rush for nothing.
They said though the economy will probably crash if we don't go back. I think you said that.
Yeah, that's what they saying, yeah. But at the same time, I'm like,
how else they gonna get the 1,200 back? How else they gonna get the 1,200 back, bro? They gotta get it somehow.
But they gonna come back. It's just the fact the ones that are rushing back, those are the ones you
Think
know
about this.
are in need of money.
And I promise you right now, dude.
Anyone rushing back as a business right now in this time, that means they need the money.
Let me get the camera so you can hear me when I say this. Let me go. Think about this. Bet this card on Wednesday. Is it pay-per-view or is it just free?
It's free. Free Wednesday and Saturday. Both
Why should be one of the top 3 watches of all time? UFC should watch. Watch.
But does that outweigh the amount of money they're missing out on gate of people actually paying the ticket and coming in, buying products, buying, popcorn, sodas, all that type of shit?
If you look at the circumstances compared to other companies, yeah.
I don't know about that.
And can you pause that for me, please?
Yeah, because in my opinion, I'm like, you have to put on spectacular events if you want to go that far.
I'm just like, hold on.
Spectacular. You can't have subpar events. And he's starting to, these events that I'm naming off now, the Wednesday and Saturday, when those are subpar events. So I'm like, you basically saying, we're going to keep continuing how we continuing because we need this money. It's not like this nigga's putting on stacked cards after stacked cards like he's trying to prove a point. He's just like, nah, man, we got to get this back rolling. We can't be idle for this long. That says something to me about the financial situation.
Watch. I'm going to get on that when I get back. Hold on. I'm going to get on that. Talk to the people. I'm going to touch right back on it.
That's just my opinion when we're talking about this, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. But I'm like, that was an amazing card in the sense of the fact that we didn't have nothing else to compare it to. But in reality, in my opinion, that was like a fight night card, man. And a lot of people will probably disagree with me, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Low ball, we should have put UFC 249 recap in the title, goddammit, because I feel like talking about that shit, son, man. But I'm not gonna go too in depth on it because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say that for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We can put that. We'll do a majority of it live on the UFC 249 recap. You know what I'm saying? So people wants to hop in that. But at the end of the day, I just think that shit bullshit. All respects.
Look, I'm gonna say this. With Dana's trying to be, I want to say Dana, but the UFC, including Dana, they all are on the same page. They're trying to be like,
of course.
They're trying to take over that number 1 spot of what is the best thing to watch.
It's not possible.
I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm saying that's what they're trying to be on. Because right now, what else is on?
Can't do it.
I'm telling you, bro, people are going to tune into that Wednesday fight off America.
I'm not saying people aren't. I'm like, that's not going to be a long mistake. Because once competition comes back in, boop, they write out. You feel me? Hey, what's happening with you, Patrick Claneros? Hopefully I'm, pronouncing that right. Gaethje versus Khabib is the match. How you feel about that, Zen?
I feel like he gotta go through Conor before.
Yeah, shut it up a little bit.
Okay. I feel like he gotta go through Conor before he get to Khabib.
And I'm like, I feel like him saying, even though he's saying that, that's not a bad thing. I feel like Gaethje versus Conor is actually more people gonna watch that than Gaethje versus Khabib, in my opinion. I'm like, I want to see that before Khabib. That's my opinion. But I would want to see that fight as well, because a lot of people think he can be one of the guys that can actually beat Khabib. But we just got to remember, man.
I say this. I don't want to cut you off. I just say this. I'd rather see Conor McGregor Khabib 2 before I see Justin Gaethje Khabib 1. If we want to talk about what the people want to see, people want to see Conor versus that man right now.
If you're talking about what people want to see, personally, if you're talking about a hardcore MMA fan like me personally, I'm going to see Gaethje versus Khabib, because there's a lot of tangibles in Gaethje's game that can neutralize kind of what Khabib has, and they said the same thing about Tony Ferguson. But even in my opinion, I never really saw it as it being enough to stop Khabib, because he doesn't really have no power. The only way you can stop a wrestler like Khabib, you got to have some type of power. You feel me?
I just feel like Khabib got hands too. He ain't no slouch with his hands.
His hands are subpar. He's a wrestler. Well, I wouldn't even say a wrestler.
He was piecing up Conor.
You watched that fight, man. He didn't hit him that much, man.
He hit him more than Conor hit him.
He hit him when he had him in the position that he was supposed to be in. When I mean on the ground. Nah, I agree with that. I agree with that, because he's basically saying that Gaethje has a better chance. And yeah, I agree with that. My thing is, when it comes to Gaethje, I'm like, when it comes to Gaethje versus Khabib, the reason why obviously he has a better chance is because he has better scrambles. He's a wrestler. That's his background. But I also think is his power. Conor has power too, but Conor's power comes from one side of his body, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He's a southpaw, so he's reaching out with the right, and he's coming down with that left right here. All his power comes when he's generating it off that left side. Gaethje, man, he generates power in both hands, in my opinion. And the way he incorporates his kicks is a lot different than the way Conor does it. Conor, in a way, he can fight. He can fight in a dirty fight, but at the same time, his fight got to be clean in a sense, because he's a counter puncher more so than anything. Gaethje, he'll walk you down. He'll let you feel the hands. So that's why I think it'll be a hard fight for Khabib. But at the same time, and another thing too is you got to think about Gaethje took that fight on short notice. Goddamn, he didn't slow down none. So he has a tank too. So that's going to be important also, because you're going to have a tank against Khabib, because he's going to take you down. You're not going to stop that. I don't care what his wrestling background is, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Khabib isn't a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? People like to say that's his background. I said it myself. He's a wrestler because it's easy to explain it that way, but he's not a wrestler. It's not his background.
Facts.
And they on some other shit. Yeah, they're saying that's about to happen. They're saying Conor versus Masvidal. They're talking about on a fight island. Y'all believe that? On a fight island? I don't even know what that means.
Will people be able to go and watch it there?
Nah.
Then that's weak.
They on that coronavirus shit, man.
But I'm like, if you test people and everybody negative, it should be good as long as they wear masks, right?
I guess I won't even lie. I was at the store today, and nigga had a mask on. This nigga was coughing crazy, man. And you should have saw the way everybody looked in the store. Everybody was looking at this nigga. He was like, He's like, my bad, yo. I was like, bro. I don't think that mask working.
I know, nigga.
That nigga's coughing aggressive.
Like, yo, my nigga, like, that shit spewing out in your hair, nigga.
Everybody was like, it was just like.
You got that wrong, nigga.
Like,
go to the ER now.
And he had a mask on, so I'm like, shit crazy. But yeah, Conor versus Masvidal, yeah, I agree with that shit. That's where all the money coming. If they make that fight, but Conor versus Gaethje, you telling me you rather see Conor versus Masvidal over Conor versus Gaethje?
No, Conor versus Gaethje, bro. People just
like sleep. Tell me that.
I just don't feel like Gaethje. I don't want to say he doesn't deserve it, but I feel like he gotta go through Conor, bro. Because I'm like, you start with Conor did the
Conor versus Gaethje is a fight to make. If anything, Khabib, I feel like Khabib's not gonna fight for a little bit because I feel like keep Khabib on the top of it. Shout out to Ty Burham.
Man, I'm just not gonna let Khabib go nowhere, bro.
Ty Burham, Conor versus Oscar De La Hoya. You see Oscar De La Hoya he said he was asked a question. He was like, you think you'd be able to beat Conor McGregor in a boxing match? He said he think he would be able to. Conor McGregor set the challenge. If y'all want me to be real, Oscar De La Hoya y'all see, look, all these old niggas is coming back. I was talking about that shit with my coach today, man. I was like, Coach, what you think about Mike Tyson? He said he coming back. He said he needs his old ass down. But Evander Holyfield coming back. Riddick Bowe coming back.
You lying. Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe.
Hey, he was cold, nigga. Niggas like
John Fury, Tyson Fury's dad's talking about he coming back.
What?
He's got
Tyson Fury's dad? He like 60 something? That nigga old as hell, right? That nigga's really an elder.
His record is like,
if you go to the movie theaters, he gets a discount.
Bro, his record is like 7-2-1.
He ain't never fight like that?
No.
Why the hell he trying to do that?
He said, Mike Tyson, you're a legend. You're worthy of me coming back. And so it's like, oh, that was a terrible John Fury imitation. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just like, everybody's coming back right now, my nigga. I'm like, this shit is crazy. Bare knuckle boxing talking about they offering contract to Mike Tyson. They said a $20 million contract.
It's just because you see how he hit the mitts the other day?
But that nigga's 53 years old.
I know, I'm just saying that's why they did that. But just how he hit it, they was like, oh my God! He still had it, folks.
Riddick Bowe, Evander. Why everybody trying to come back, man?
Hey, I'm about to start right now, bro. Oh!
Hey, Patrick said, I love Gaethje, but he gets cracked every fight. Tony dropped him. Conor is too crispy. If he hurts Gaethje, he won't let up. But Gaethje is a sleeper. See, and I agree with that, Patrick, because the thing about that is a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot of people, but I heard a particular person. He said the reason why Tony Ferguson will win was because of his reach. He had, I think, a 4-inch advantage when it comes to his reach. But I'm like, Tony doesn't use his reach in the aspect of a boxing sense where you're trying to not hit and get and land a counterpunch. He used it more so in a sense for him to kind of be able to freestyle and be free and be able to move and kind of be creative, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how he uses reach. It's not really in an attack mode counter punch, land power punches. And even if he is landing those power punches, Tony doesn't necessarily have that much power in a comparison to Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, every counter punch he's looking for is looking to knock somebody out. But like you said, Patrick, I'm gonna use what you said. The factor with Gaethje that's gonna change with Conor is Gaethje, he can also wrestle. He also implements his leg kicks to a whole nother level. So what happens if Gaethje, rather than trying to become be in a boxing fight with Conor or allow him to counterpunch him, he'll use the leg kicks, he'll look for scrambles, he'll look for takedowns, let Conor get tired, go into those later rounds where he gets a little bit stronger, and then that's when Justin could look for the finish. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, Justin, he's so all around. He has ways of being able to compete with the top 155 divisioners as long as he's able to stay smart. Because a lot of people look at it as like, well, he lost to Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier, but there was a report out where he couldn't really see like that, and he got his eyesight fixed. So a lot of times you had to come in, he would have to get close and touch to be able to understand exactly where his range is and things like that. Ever since he's done, and he got his eyesight fixed, and also he's been a little bit more patient with how he's been in the ring. You've seen him been able to capitalize. I'm telling you, man, you've seen what Calvin Kattar did to Stevens. I'm like, boxing is underrated in that MMA ring, man. A lot of people want to disrespect boxing, but these guys, these dudes who have an understanding of range and they really respect the art, man. It shows, man. It's capable. The whole reason everyone was hyped for Tony versus Khabib, Tony's a beast on the ground, so he wanted Khabib to take him down. I feel like that much won't ever happen. Nah, it'll never happen.
You think they never want it to happen?
Well, what if y'all? What if this happens? What if you see Justin Gaethje versus Conor happen, and then Khabib versus Tony still happen? But technically, that would be Tony coming off a loss, fighting for the belt, which wouldn't make sense. But at the same time, fighting Conor is like fighting for a belt. But then everyone would be like, "What about Masvidal?" But that wouldn't make sense because Masvidal is at 170. Yeah.
Who's been asking?
170. Wonder Boy's at 170. So I'm like, why would Masvidal fight Conor? I'm like, Masvidal got business to handle at 170. So even though people are talking about Masvidal versus Conor and there's rumors, I'm like, it makes more sense for Conor to fight Gaethje right now and then still to put on Khabib versus Tony. Why would you not put the fight on? Because it's still something people want to see because it's still going to go to the ground in Tony's, safe haven. I don't see why not. I don't see a Masvidal versus Connor's money. It didn't. Tony didn't even look for a takedown, but that's Tony. That's what he does. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, to me, the only reason why that's the reason why I picked Gaethje was because one, I knew Tony was going to do that, and two, I'm like, Tony's older now, so he can't take the same damage on the feet that he could before. He couldn't just walk through shots, especially someone who has some power behind him like Justin.
Why he didn't go to the ground?
He does that, man. He feel like he can walk through them boys, man. He like, them things ain't shit.
That's fine, but like, why not just get the dub? You went there to lose?
It's not that he went there to lose. That's not what it was. He just felt like he was better in that situation, and he tested himself, and he found out he wasn't. So he'll make adjustments if he gets a rematch.
Both of them go to the ground. That'd be interesting.
And at the same time, it's easier said than done. You can't just take a nigga like Justin Gaethje to the ground. You got to set it up comfortable. I think, in my opinion, we were talking about it when we was watching the live. Tony Ferguson is a different type of dude. Like, if there was a crowd there, the adrenaline going, I think it would have been maybe a different fight. People could say the same thing about Justin Gaethje. Maybe he would have turned it up another notch.
But then it would have been the fight that we wanted to see.
I'm like, the fact that there was no crowd and basically they were just kind of just feeding off each other's energy. I'm like, that's just a glorified sparring match. Like, yeah, there's these cameras here and things like that, but there's nothing to be like when something happens or the crowd like, you know what I'm saying? Tony. Like that, all that shit, that plays into the factor. So it's like, that's why I'm like, it's like that shit was crazy. And I seen it, but I'm like, it would have been a different fight if there was fans there, as crazy as it might sound to some people. I don't know. I want to see Lomachenko versus Teofimo straight up. I want to see that. I love y'all. I genuinely respect our combat sports. Other channels are so biased. Ain't no doubt, man. We man. That's the motto here, man. Go ahead, man. That's the motto.
I say this though, my man was a little biased with Dominic Cruz. When it comes to my favorite fighters or players or whatever we discuss, like sometimes you feel me, you gonna go with that. But Dominic Cruz did get cheated in the fact that he didn't get a chance to get going, and then that stoppage was.
Go ahead. How you feel about that Lomachenko versus Teofimo? Who do you think is gonna win in that?
Lomachenko.
See, and he's a Lomachenko. Ever since he found out about Lomachenko, man, he been rocking with Lomachenko.
But no, I'm not going with him. I'm not going with him because I know how great Teofimo Lopez is.
Yeah, but I didn't mean that in like a biased way.
I saw him though, but I'm like, only reason I know is because the way Lomachenko cuts his angles is gonna be hard for Teofimo to really get going. Because most of his opponents kind of just want to go with him or trying to show him up, like, yeah, you ain't shit. And that's where people go to wrong because it's like, all right, I'm going to start picking up. But look, Lomachenko defense is crazy, man. Come on, that's not crazy. Oh, he be leaning on him.
Real quick, y'all. That just inspired us, man. After today, we don't go back to reporting back to since Trump saying the world's reopening, we might as well go back to reporting on some sports and talking some sports. We don't always got to talk about the corona. Since it's reopening, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow is gonna be the first day back where we're gonna be talking specifically about the good old sports. We're gonna find some good topics, and it's gonna be some great shit. So y'all be ready, man, because we finally, man, we're gonna try and get out this corona funk, goddammit. Because it's only right. It's only right. So what was he saying? What was he saying?
No, he was talking about
Lomachenko. Oh, Lomachenko versus Teofimo. Okay, so I want to say real quick on that. I'm gonna speak real quick on that, and then we're gonna move on. Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. I got Lopez. That's just how I feel. I think Lopez is too big. I think he's too young. I think the power, but at the same time, Lomachenko's angles, his defense is amazing. But y'all see what Linares did to Lomachenko. All right. There's something about hitting somebody with a body punch and then coming straight down the pipe. Even when you have angles, that straight punch is still dangerous. Angles are really dangerous to someone who has to throw a lot of loops. Teofimo Lopez doesn't throw a lot of loops, man. He's real tight with what he does. Power behind what he does, young gun.
All I'm saying
I think it's going to be a hard fight. He's low to the ground. He's not Luke Campbell. He's not a lot taller than him, so he's real low to the ground. They're going to be in the same distance. I think Lomachenko's gonna get hit with something. He's gonna be surprised, but it's gonna be amazing.
You said Linares? That was his name?
Linares.
He had a lot of experience though. He looked like he
Absolutely.
He had a lot of experience. He's fought people similar to Lomachenko. Lomachenko is just more, you feel me? He just got a little bit more power. You know, he got a little bit more. But I'm like, he's fought fighters similar to that. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, the female, I feel like has never really fought fighters like that on a consistent basis. So it's gonna be something different.
It's gonna be something different, but
I'm just like, look,
a young gun adapts, man.
It's like Canelo with Kovalev. He was like, he's small.
Canelo destroyed Kovalev.
But I'm saying people were saying he was short. Kovalev is big. He might knock him out.
Kovalev is old. Teofimo Lopez is a young gun. The only thing I thought you were gonna say Canelo versus Floyd.
Even that though.
But that doesn't count the same thing as Teofimo versus Lomachenko. Because I'm like, Floyd is different.
I don't know. He's 50-0, but Lomachenko different too, though.
I know Lomachenko's different, but Lomachenko's defense is based off his footwork. Floyd's defense was based off his footwork, which makes him less successful at actually getting hit. A lot of people don't understand.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying, I just feel like Teofimo Lopez, when he gets into that ring for that first time against somebody to that stature, come on now, it's going to be the same thing with Davis. Don't act like Davis not going to fight different when he fight Lomachenko. Eventually that will happen. Or Tevin Farmer. Don't act like he won't fight different to a degree because it's going to be different when he's seen.
Patrick, I agree with you. I agree with both what both of you were saying. I know I'm not saying Loma doesn't stand a chance. I'm like, actually, I feel like I'm making a bold prediction saying that Teofimo's going to win, but I'm just saying Loma, to me, I'm like, it's only a matter of time because Loma is getting older, and we've seen straight punches, precise punches, a bigger opponent. It will land on Loma. It will. And I think Teofimo is that guy to do it. I think Teofimo is going to land something. It's going to be disgusting. I think a lot of you guys are going to be, huh?
I'm not going to land no body shots.
Oh, he definitely going to land.
Come on, man. Them body shots be crazy.
He going to land, but it took Loma a long time to take out Luke Campbell. If he took a long time to take out Luke Campbell, it's going to take him a long time to take out Teofimo.
Don't act like Luke Campbell's not good.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is Teofimo Lopez will knock out Luke Campbell. There's no way it took you that long.
But styles make matchups, though.
It does, but I'm still saying because he was trying to figure out the length. But at the same
time, come on, you gotta give him that.
Same thing with Jorge Linares, though. I'm like, it took him a while to stop him. Like, I'm like, Teofimo is a young gun. He gonna come in here.
He gonna come in there and go rowdy.
I feel
what you're saying.
I'm not saying this is what's actually gonna happen.
You know
I'm not saying it's not gonna be a close fight.
You know what I want after that fight?
I just got Teofimo.
You know what I want after that fight? Davis versus Tevin Farmer. Goddamn it.
We probably won't see Tevin Farmer fight no big name for a while.
Okay, then I want Teofimo Lopez or Lomachenko versus Davis.
So supposedly we're supposed to see Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. Supposedly,
is that a good fight?
It's a good fight because Leo Santa Cruz is going to be the best fighter on Davis's resume as of now. So we're really going to see what he's made of. Other than Gamboa, obviously, but a lot of people can put on an asterisk on Gamboa, even though a lot of people don't. I know this because you know what I'm saying. I've been in some boxing gyms. When I be talking about it with some people, I'll be like, "God damn." I'd be like, I feel like Gamboa gave him hell of some work. And he was like, nah, I feel like Davis demolished him. I was like, wait, how you feel like that when he had a torn Achilles? He was like, I just feel like even then, I was like, it doesn't make any sense to me because Gamboa went through 11 rounds and this nigga had a torn Achilles in the second round.
Come on, bro.
I'm like, do you know what a torn Achilles is? Like, I'm confused. But I let it go, and I just like, goddamn.
I know why you let it go because you wasn't going to get nowhere with him. But
nowhere because he was sold.
Everybody in the chat right now, drop a like, goddamn, if you ain't dropped a like.
Thank you.
Put it on there. So stay right there for a minute, goddamn.
Thank you, goddamn it. I was confused. I was telling, like, bro, I'm in this bar. I'm telling this other dude, man. I was telling him, I was like, bro, look, like, Davis, he's solid and all because he was boosting Davis. I was like, he's solid and all, bro. But I was like, man, he had trouble with Gamboa, man. He torn his Achilles. He said it didn't matter, man. He really worked Gamboa. Like, he made him look silly. I was like, we must have been watching different fights.
I know, nigga.
Gamboa didn't look silly at all.
Going in there really throwing some good.
Bruh.
Davis is gonna tell me, he was like, hey,
he didn't look out of it until about the 10th round, where you can tell the stamina with the bum leg made him like. It's like, well, what much can you do? Because I'm like, when the stamina is low, you gotta go to your legs.
Get that man out of there.
But when the stamina gets low, you rely on the legs. If you have a bum leg and you got no stamina, what is you out of luck?
Right.
And it's not, it's not because Davis was hitting him with great shots. But it's like there's times he couldn't recover because he couldn't use his legs to get away. He had to kind of just stay in that spot because.
But I'm just like, how can somebody dismiss that injury? That's like going to a basketball game and saying like, yeah, nigga dropped 35 and he had a broken left arm.
Niggas be
you
biased.
Gonna be like, what?
Niggas be biased, bro.
But bro, if somebody broke their left arm and they had 35, that's amazing.
I'm like, Davis is cold. They be just so biased.
That's biased because I'm like that Gamboa. I look at that fight different. I'm like, okay, Davis, you're good, but you're not. It's great.
And to this day, people want to talk shit about Terrence Crawford. Oh, Terrence Crawford this, Terrence Crawford this. Look what Gamboa. Terrence Crawford is a different beat, people. I'm telling y'all right now, Terrence Crawford is cold. He's the same. Terrence Crawford is Demetrius Andrade of the welterweight division.
Yes, the boogeyman. Because even though people say he's at ESPN, it's like, okay, that's not going to be a problem anymore, right? Right? You said they're going to start doing some cross promotions, correct?
Yeah, that's what they said. But I'm like, this coronavirus happened, so I don't know what they're doing.
But I'm just saying,
that's what they
when
said.
boxing comes back, that's not the problem no more. So these fights can potentially happen. The Porters.
Potentially. So
that's what I'm saying, potentially. So I'm like, all that claim ducking he claiming doing, I'm like.
But this is why I wish I could still go back and I could use my OBS system. We're going to get that shit right. We got to get our internet right. The fact that people think Crawford is ducking, there's no way Crawford can be ducking, literally because I've already put the numbers out for how much people been getting paid. Yeah. Who's been the highest paid welterweight?
Him and AB.
And Terrence Crawford is beating AB by a considerable amount. Terrence Crawford was getting paid over $1 million, nigga, 7 years ago. When he first signed ESPN, his first fight with ESPN, real fight, nigga, he was getting paid over $1 million. He ain't looked back since. Last 2 fights, he been paid like $7.5 million.
So the next one's for sure double digits.
Even if it isn't, well, it's already double digits because we're not talking about sponsors. So obviously he's making a clean 10 million. But I'm like, he's getting paid the most out of all the welterweights in the division. So all y'all talking about, oh, Terrence Crawford needs to go do this. He don't got to do shit because this nigga's making the most money. So he's making the thing about Bob Arum. People hate Bob Arum because there's a lot of rumors out there. There's a lot of this, and that. People take sides. I don't take sides. I look at what they pay the fighters. They're all crooks, okay? But if you have someone under your stable and you look at who's getting paid and how they're getting paid, Bob Arum, the people that he promotes, they get taken care of. Their money is crazy. Look at it. Just look at it. Loma's getting paid over $1 million for a minute. It's just like these motherfuckers, they just don't flaunt it. So you don't really know. Everybody with Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying? They kind of flaunt it so everybody think they got all this money. There's no size. No, I'm not taking. I'm just saying. I'm like, if you look at the numbers, the amount of money that's getting paid when it comes to the top boxing, right? Eddie Hearn's paying a lot of dudes big money.
Eddie Hearn coming back, right?
Eddie Hearn coming back. They're saying Dylan White versus Alexander Povetkin is going to happen without fans in June or something like that.
That fight would be entertaining without fans, to me.
But real quick, what Patrick said. He said Gamboa couldn't get in and out. Gamboa doesn't care. He always down to for a firefight. That's a fact. But still, I feel like a younger Gamboa, that's going 12 rounds with Davis. Even a Gamboa with who's healthy with no torn Achilles, he's going 12 rounds with Davis. And he said Tank literally told Farmer, get a belt, I'll fight you. And after he did, he never won at that test. Well, you got to understand, see, what I used to do a lot on my old streams, is people a lot of times people like to think that when it comes to people calling people out or trying to fight people that's solely on the fighter wanting to fight the person, but it all has to do with money. And I know you probably understand that too if you're a big boxing follower, because everyone knows it always comes down to money. The reason why Tank wouldn't fight Farmar is because Farmar wasn't worth enough for him to fight him with the risk he took it. So that's why, in a sense, it is a duck. Because, yeah, he's like, okay, I fight you, I get paid this amount of money, and I might lose, or I can fight this dude. I know I'll win, and I'll get paid more money. Why would I even take the risk? You feel me? So it all depends on what your aspect is, or your perspective, I should say, and how you see it. Because Farmer, you know what I'm saying, he was getting paid like a $1.52 million over like 5 fights. Gervonta Davis was making that amount of money in like 1 or 2 fights. You feel me? So obviously, if you're going to fight someone like that, the purse isn't going to make sense, because you're going to have a guy that you feel like shouldn't be getting this amount of percentage asking for this amount of money because he feels like he deserves it, because he's fighting someone who's making that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? You hear that. You see that all the time. That's why a lot of times people's like, they're like, yo, like, I'll fight you. you gotta get a belt, because usually when you get a belt, you get paid more money. There's more money in your pocket. You're worth more. But it all depends on the contract you sign. He got the belt. He wasn't necessarily worth more. You see what happened? He was never promoted like that. You see, he lost to Coco Diaz, Joey Coco Diaz. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of like an afterthought right now, and he's gonna have to make his way back up. You know what I'm saying? Money fight is Davis versus Leo, because people are gonna pay attention to that way more than Tevin Farmer versus Davis. Simple as that.
So you think the winner of that will get the winner of
Teofimo Lopez versus Loma?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because at the same time, you got to think about Gervonta. He's with Mayweather Promotions. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to be a cross promotion with Bob Arum. So people going to have to still put that in mind. Like, we still in that game.
But I'm like, Floyd been trying to make that fight, though. So I'm like, it really be on Floyd, wouldn't it?
It's talk, though. They always say they're trying to make that fight, but in reality, is it really? It's all talk. You have to put that out there. You got to make people believe certain things. You feel me?
Floyd was saying, I remember one fight, they was like, who is Gervonta going to fight after this? Lomachenko, it's already in the works. We already got the contract started. Yeah, it's going to be fireworks, man. Gervonta Tank, yeah, that's the guy right there,
That's
man.
what you got to do, though, because at the end of the day, people are going to start looking at them like, oh, well, they made the fight happen, so it had to be the other side. You know what I'm saying? When reality, you don't know what happened. You don't know what the promotion said, this, that.
Yeah, it's just a blanket statement.
So we find out now media's crazy. So I think this is a great transition. We was talking about real world shit. Coronavirus, man.
You got some facts or something?
What are the people wanting right now? What do they feel like they're feeling? What do they feel like they need? What do they feel like they deserve? What do the people feel like they want? Money in their accounts, pockets, whatever it may be, right? So there's a lot of reports. A lot of people are saying that's not going to happen.
What you mean?
There's also a lot of people. There's also a lot of people who are saying that it's going to happen.
Okay, that shit sounded crazy. This nigga said money right here. A lot of people saying that's not going to happen.
Sometimes you got to scare the people a little bit. There's a lot of people saying that's not going to happen. There's a lot of people that are saying it's going to happen. Ty Berman, all right, let's put him up, man. All right. Y'all coming in, man, with the comments. Man. I was ready to get in there. I heard some NCAA football games in certain states are already being canceled, man. They want us all vaccinated and microchipped. Ty, you're absolutely correct. They want us all vaccinated. The only thing about the vaccination is we don't have one yet. They're just now in phase 2 of the original drug that they were talking about. It's going to be a requirement. It's going to be the same thing as like you're going to get your flu shot. You want to get your chickenpox shot. It's going to be the same thing. Now, everyone's not going to be able to get it because healthcare is not free, right? Trump is making sure that's not going to stay in place if he does get reelected again. But healthcare is not free. So obviously they're going to Joe Biden.
Why I say like that?
Yeah, I know they look like the same motherfucker. But that's something that Trump's gonna make mandatory. Even if Joe Biden comes in place, the vaccine's going to be mandatory in a sense. Whereas if you go and get your shots, they're gonna say, "Hey, we suggest you get this, and that." Hey, you want to get your flu shot? You don't want to get a flu. You want to get your chickenpox shot for your kid? You don't want to get no chickenpox. Hey, you want to get the coronavirus shot? You don't want the coronavirus shot. You don't want the coronavirus. It's still out there in the air. You don't know. So you're gonna get vaccination. The microchip is going to be in play because the vaccination isn't predicted to actually be ready for maybe another 2 to 3 years. So the microchip just allows them to be able to watch people in a sense where who has the COVID-19, who doesn't, who needs to be tested. This is the way I'm saying it. I'm not saying it like I'm in support of it. I'm just telling you what it is. So you guys go ahead. you take it how it is, but that's what it's for. It's for people to have a better understanding whether or not you have COVID-19 or not, whether you've been tested, better track. So you know too, when it comes to microchipping, they already microchipped us. We all have a phone. We all have a phone. We all have a chip in it. We've been always asked by Google if you have a Gmail, allow us to access your location, your device. Whenever you go to Google and you look up a Google, especially at your phone, if you look at the bottom, it'll show your location, exactly where you're at. So don't act like we're already not microchipped. They're just being a little bit more blatant about it. But
so you think we're already chipped?
We're already chipped. It's just not, on our bodies, but everybody has a phone, goddammit. So we're already microchipped. We're used to it. So when people are, when when we're put in a place and they're saying, hey, we're going to do something like this to help you, people are going to be more willing to do it just because they feel like they're in a state of panic. Because people feel like they're in a state of panic. Back to the money in people's hands. So a lot of people are saying that we're not going to get it. While on the other hand, people are saying that we are going to get it. As of now, most likely we're going to expect some other stimulus payment come in.
Another $1,200?
It's not going to be $1,200. It's probably going to be more.
More?
Most likely it's going to be more.
So we gonna pay like what, $5 trillion this time?
It's gonna be a much bigger package because there's gonna be a lot of things included. Because you have to understand the fact that the vaccine is not ready, the fact that small businesses are suffering, the fact that bigger businesses aren't willing to open up because they're scared of people suing them and corporations. Republicans want the economy to open back up. Democrats want the people to feel safe and have money in their hand. At the same time, what people aren't talking about, Republicans want the people to have money in their hand. They just want them to work for it. But at the same time, they understand if we're in phases, these businesses can't open up at full capacity.
So you can't hire more workers.
Exactly. Or the workers you already have, you can't bring them all back. Or the workers you already have, you can't give them the same hours that they were having before. Or the workers you have already can't experience the same traffic that they were getting and be able to get the money to extra help the business that they weren't able to get before. All this, they understand that. So what's the other way to combat that? All right, we give you guys free money, but we need you to spend it on the economy. Go to these businesses, go to these restaurants, go to these coffee shops, go to these bowling alleys, go to movie theaters, spend it because we need this to come back into we need to go back into the economy. You know what I'm saying? It's a full circle cycle. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Republicans are like, we can't give them too much because we can't make them feel like, all right, I don't want to go back to work because I was getting paid all this when I wasn't. You feel me? We have to
I heard a lot of
people.
I'm not throwing nobody out there, but I talked to a couple people and they were like, yeah, like, I'm glad I'm not working right now because I'm getting do. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I wasn't judging them, but I was just like thinking, like, damn, like you're not trying to really like work.
Because some people are gonna because they're not gonna be used because.
But like some of them was like, fuck that shit. Like that shit better. You feel me?
Because and that's what they're afraid of. Because real quick, I've been affected by COVID. Goddamn it. I had to put my shit in. So that's why I told y'all go on the unemployment. If anything affected with COVID, you put your in shit because you owed that money. I put that shit in 3 months ago, nigga. They finally told me I'm gonna get a payment this week. And it's what it says it is. So y'all make sure y'all go do that because y'all owed that money. But I'm talking 3 months. I waited 3 months. And I'm not even gonna get my full back payment. They're just gonna give me 1 week.
That means there's a lot of people applying. And
they don't have that much money. So they got to give you it.
Before it was like all the economy's going, okay, we can give you a backpack. Go ahead, there you go. Yeah. Now it's like, you might get one here, one here, one here. They're going to be playing catch up with you. But then eventually, when you get all that money, well, you're going to just give it right back.
Because a lot of people, what they're going to do is they're going to go in and they're going to spend it. That's what they expect a lot of it because they expect, there's a reason why they put a cap on it, how much you're making for the stimulus, yeah, but for the unemployment, anybody can get the unemployment, no matter how much you make. Actually, the more you make, the more unemployment you're going to get. But they assume that to happen. But what a lot of people are doing differently, what they're a little bit more cautious about, they're either investing in something that's like gold, Bitcoin, or they're even looking at stocks. If you're looking at stocks, they're looking at like the things that are on the rise, like I can't think of it off the top of my head because I'm not in stocks. A lot of people do invest stock. I'm not in stocks. My big thing is kind of like gold and silver and things like that. That's what I'm saving up for, and that's why I'm putting the money in the mattress to put it.
Platinum is good too.
It is, but gold and silver is the things like those are the biggest things to really look at. You can even look at gold stocks or people investing in gold or gold and silver actual. Either gold coins, silver coins, things like that. But I'm like, most people aren't thinking like that. Most people aren't going to do that. So Ty said they're making vaccine mandatory for everyone on welfare, but they made all these people on welfare. Did you see in New York City that majority, they ended up doing a report and they found out that like 85% of the people that were arrested for doing anything that was outside of the lockdowns, they were in ghetto neighborhoods. While everyone outside of that, in the wealthy areas, they were able to enjoy their life.
They was outside, bro. I told you, bro. When I be delivering, they be out there playing or biking. On God, bro, I deliver to because
That's wrong, man.
Like usually you got deliveries on, and you usually don't go by that, past that or go to it if it's out of delivery zone. Well, today somebody took the order and it was out of delivery zone. I was like, okay, am I supposed to take this? Because usually they tell me, nah. Tell them like we can't deliver, but they already made everything. So I was like, well, that's gonna be a waste of food. Like that's a lot of food y'all made. Bro, I went out there, nobody on the street, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's because maybe they've been harassed, man. Who knows?
It is. I feel like what's going on right now.
I didn't even catch I seen the police right here. Just not like
oh yeah, but they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Like that orange tent. They've been doing some
on that street right there.
Yeah, right here. I don't know what they're doing, but it's some type of fun.
They pulled over a car. They didn't have a window on the driver's seat. I didn't even see nobody. It was
but you know the police gonna be out here.
They got no choice.
The police gonna be out here. We're gonna be on some bullshit out here. I'm just like y'all gotta apply for it. And what a lot of people don't know either, if when you apply for, if you're applying because the COVID affected you, you're gonna do it, put it in. You gotta understand, you're gonna get it back. A determination is not gonna make any sense to you. You're gonna be like, okay, what do I do from here? A lot of people don't know. You have to send in proof of the fact whatever happened because of the pandemic. Whether it be a pay stub, whether it be a written statement from your employer, whatever it may be. Hey, this happened to this. Then you send that in. And then another thing is, because everything's running so slow, what I end up having to do is I hit their support system. I was like, hey, I need to hear something. Like, what's going on? I put it out my shit, and that's when they figure the shit out. So, and then you get a second determination, and then now your determination is under the pandemic unemployment system. And then that's when you certify, and that's when shit starts to go and function and start moving. So anybody who feel like they stuck, or they're like, what the fuck is going on here and waiting? That's what I end up finding out. That's what you got to do. So make sure y'all do that. Send in. It'll show the email when you go to your claim summary. It'll show, there'll be a link. It'll be like, you're applying for pandemic unemployment assistance. What do you need to do? You hit that, and then it'll show the email. But it's a lot of shit, and it takes a lot of time. But goddamn it, don't give up. Keep claiming your money because y'all owed this, because y'all didn't ask for this shit to happen to your job. Y'all was doing what the fuck you was supposed to do, and the state, the government, goddamn it, they didn't take care of what the fuck they were supposed to take care of. And that's why I say a lot of people think I'm crazy. They're looking at me like, man, I don't need that shit. It's like, it's not about that you need it, nigga. It's about you owe this. You didn't say, oh, I got a bellyache, I can't come to work, but you owe me money. No, nigga, you was like, I'm trying to go work. No, we can't, because the government didn't handle a sickness and illness that might kill everybody. Get your money, y'all. Do not take that mindset where you feel like, oh, I don't need this money, I'm going to roll this way, woo, woo, woo. No, get y'all money, goddammit.
Why pass up on something that you owed and is free?
Get your money, man. Yeah. All right, so hold on. We about to go into the news, goddammit. You already know. Break the phone out. Okay, I want to talk about this. Today will be your last day. Outrageous Uber executive tells 3,500 rideshare employees over a 3-minute Zoom call they are being laid off immediately due to coronavirus.
Nobody will be able to do Uber no more?
Not everybody. 3,500 people were laid off, though. Who would have ever thought you would get laid off of a so-called self-employed job?
I know, like, I thought...
Who would have thought that was impossible? I'm getting laid off of Uber. Like, nigga, this is my car. How are you going to lay me off? So I can't use the Uber app? Life crazy, y'all.
That means Lyft gonna get a whole lot of traction, man.
I told you. Didn't I call that? Because Uber was the same company that was saying, and I think this is in
face mask, right?
They're gonna try and put some type of detecting system to find out either if you have COVID or if you don't have COVID, or if you're wearing a face mask or if you're not wearing a face mask. Because they're only gonna allow people to come into the car with face masks.
I mean, that's a lot of installation in cars. We're gonna do in everybody's car.
But think about it: people are willing to put all this money into doing these different functionalities into whatever it may be, technological. I have trouble saying that word. Technological. In whatever business they may have, they're willing to spend that money because they feel like it's going to be something long term. You're not going to do that for the short term.
Right.
So it's going to be something that's going to be a way of life. So shit's going to be crazy, man. So you got self-employed motherfuckers losing their job. Trump walks out of press conference after clash with 2 female reporters.
It's always the females that he don't get along with.
President tells Asian American CBS correspondent to ask China about America's COVID death toll. Refuses a question from CNN and cuts off tense briefing. What?
I believe that. He don't like CNN, bro. He says to the devil.
I know. President Donald Trump berated an Asian American reporter who asked him about the death rate due to the coronavirus, suggested she asked the Chinese. In a press conference after the CNN reporter he previously cashed tried to question the president on Monday had another round of run-ins with CBS News' Wajie Zhang and CNN's Caitlin Collins, each of whom he bickered with at a previous press conference. Trump previously said neither Zhang nor her fellow CBS News reporters was Donna Reed and White House staff tried to move Collins out of a front row seat to the back of the briefing room in late April. Trump was tested with both of them again on Monday. So Trump continues to choose to do these daily briefings. I can tell this nigga's bored because this nigga's on TV every day. There's no reason for him to do this, but he's doing it.
Aren't the briefings in the White House though?
Yeah, they're in the White House.
So think about this, bro. If they're in his place, that means he can't go nowhere. Why not do a press conference?
That's why I know that nigga's bored because that nigga wasn't doing it before the coronavirus. So this nigga's like, man, I'm gonna start doing press conferences.
Why would he need to though?
Why would he need to now? I'm like, this nigga's not saying nothing that's actually substantial in information. Like every press
he wants
conference
to make sure he wants to make sure he's in America's home every day, and he feels like they get the Trump effect.
That's that ego shit. The same way this nigga.
Did I say it wasn't? Did I say it wasn't? Did I? I'm not boosting him. I'm just letting you know Trump is here, and he's giving you goddamn entertainment for free. Is he not? Is it not free? Can't you watch it on YouTube?
You can.
All right. So you're telling me he could be in everybody's home if they feel alone and hear him, right? Maybe be right or wrong. You tell me another president got that much dedication right now, boy. I know Biden not doing that right now, but
that's because that nigga's too old.
Who?
Biden.
He not older than Trump?
Yeah, he is.
No, he not.
Bro, Biden.
Bet your money. Trump like 76.
Nah, Trump in his 60s.
You're lying, bro. I know Donald Trump is in his 70s. Bet your money right now.
Well, I'll bet.
Bet your money. Nah, bet your money.
I'll bet Biden's older.
All right, bet. 5. 5. Bet. Y'all heard it. All right, so you want to know what you want to know first?
Trump's age.
73.
What's Biden's? What's Biden's? Hey. What's Biden's?
72.
No, it's not. It's 76, nigga.
It's 77.
Oh!
Damn. I ain't gonna say he's too old. He only like 4 years older than that nigga, bro.
I know, I didn't know Trump was that old.
Bro, I knew he was 73, bro. I remember, bro, because I remember his wife was like 46. I was like, damn. That nigga Trump a player. That nigga said,
that nigga Trump really 70 something?
Bro, 73.
That nigga look good for his age. Niggas talking shit about him.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, bro, he probably the first white man in history that don't look his age.
I know he look about 60 something, 61, 62.
He do, low key.
Biden look like he 90, man.
Yeah, he do. He look like he on his like 88th birthday.
They look like that nigga gonna sneeze, that nigga's gonna die, man. That nigga's old as fuck.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Trump's gonna win just because of that. Just because what you just said. Trump, when it gets to a point when the election's getting close, he's gonna bring that up, bro.
How old that nigga is?
Yeah.
He gonna tell me like, look at me. I'll go to 18 holes of golf right now.
Hey yo, is that shit hit different to you? All right. Hey yo, y'all bear with us, man. I'll be right back, man. A little break right now. Take a little break.
$51.50 in this bitch shit. Oh, what's up, family? I'm back on this joint. You heard me?
Oh, what's up? With it time, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. Hey, all mainstream networks are owned by government corporations, man. They tell you what they want you to know. That's a fact. Television networks, man. Movie corporations, man. Newspapers, outlets, all of it. It's all on, man. But at the same time, you got to make sure you read, because reading is important, because there is people reporting information, whether it be biased, whether it may not be 100% the truth. You got to know what's going on in the world. You feel me? So don't let that distract you from the fact that information that is out there is real information out there. You just got to be able to be wise enough and be able to see the difference between what's real, what's not, and what actually can be put into play. You feel me?
Hey, I got something deep.
There's a small truth to everything. Go ahead.
I want to throw in something deep before you go on the next I heard it from shout out to Zoe Williams. Man. I don't know, man. So I watch that show, man. I get a gem here and there, man. I'm just like, that's a show you gotta always give a thumbs up to. But anyway, he was talking about Neo. He said, didn't the architect tell Neo, you're the Messiah, but I created the Messiah, or something like that. He was basically like saying something else. I think Jeff said something like, we're all in the Matrix. He was like, when Neo, why can't, he's saying people have the ability to learn how to fly like Neo did, but choose not to.
Yeah.
So it's like, he was saying, who really controls your life? And it was really deep when he was asking, because I was like, he started going off on something else. I can't really, it's kind of cloudy. Go ahead.
Even to that, remember, I've been told you, I'm like, people always want, or let me not say people, I'm like, people who always argue against maybe a religion in a sense, or people want to argue against God or a creator or whatever, whatever you want to call it, whatever vocabulary you want to use. I always tell people, because they'd be like, okay, you say you want to give us free will, but all this bad stuff is happening, babies are dying, but you won't come and interject. Like, that's a terrible guy. Like, how do you want to interject? But it's like, do you want to be robots? If you want him to interject, that means he has complete control of everything that's going on. That means you don't have any choice in what you're doing. And even in that sense, when you think you actually have a choice, you technically don't, because everybody dies. No one can be like, I'm not going to die. So really, it's what you make it out of. You have this freedom in the span of time that either he allows it to be, or, you know what I'm saying, it might be short, depending on, you know what I'm saying, what you allow it to be. Because he gives you that opportunity as well. So I feel like people know that, but they don't acknowledge it, because it's a very interesting, but it's also a scary thought. Because it's like, you feel like you have control of your life, but in a sense, you have no control in your life, because everyone deals with the same thing. At some point, you are not going to exist. It's going to come. And a lot of people always That's why I always feel like people are always like, we gotta make something. I'm like, I gotta leave a legacy. I'm like, you're not gonna remember it. You're not gonna see it. But it makes them happy in the moment because they have that thought in the back of it.
And I always felt like, for me, like when I used to tell people certain things and what my aspirations were, they were for me in a sense, not necessarily to be like, I want everybody in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people say, I want to be like Mike, in a sense, like, you know, his famous shit, or I want to be like Kobe, MJ, like Michael Jackson, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever genre, entertainment, whatever sport, whatever artistry, you know what I'm saying, craft. But it's like, for me, I always just like, man, I just wanted to do it because that shit would be dope. In a sense where I'm like, I would love to do that shit because I love basketball, but I'm like, I don't necessarily look at it as like, I'm gonna have a statue up and you know what I'm saying? My jersey hung up and people were like, yo, what's the deal? Like, that's not what I really wanted it to happen. Now, if it happens, then I'm like, that just happened on its own. And I planned it, like, look, this is how it's, you know, I planned it out. But it's like, I don't know. Some people feel like you said, in the moment, that makes them feel good. Like, I left this legacy, da-da-da-da. But some people feel like you reincarnated. Like, life don't stop because energy's transmitted. So, it depends how you look at it, I guess. Like, life don't stop.
I don't know about that, though.
Hmm?
I don't know about that, though.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying.
There's one we sure. Ain't pop up. Shout out to the people though. Hold up, I want to turn something off real quick. Get a good character.
Yeah, man. Hope y'all doing good out there, no man. Stay safe. I feel like I was driving today, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all real quick. I was driving today, man. You know, my job. I was on the road, and I was just wondering. I was just like, damn, like there's really a lot of cars out here today. Like usually, because I be delivering, you know, pizza. Usually, you know what I'm saying? I was like getting to places fast because ain't nobody be on the road. I'm telling y'all, man, today it was taking me a minute to get to places, man. Like I wasn't catching lights because people was on the road. I'm thinking I could hit to the next lane and get over, but I'm like, there's people ahead of them. I'm like, yo, I was almost late to work today. I even timed. I'm like, yo, like my timing off now because I'm like, I'm being late. Well, I don't want to say late. I'm not getting there on the time I'm trying to get there because traffic. And I'm just thinking like, are people really thinking like shit over? Or I don't know, man. But it's crazy, man. I hope y'all staying safe, man, because I'm still on my P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? I'm still making sure I wash my hands. Lava ses humanos, you feel me? That's that Spanish if y'all didn't know what that means, man. It means wash your hands. Y'all just learned something today if y'all didn't know that. But yeah, man, I'm still doing my thing out here, man, making sure, you feel me? I know my man Fru, he always staying hygienic. My man had the bleach out, man. I came out of my room, I'm smelling bleach. I'm like, damn, my man must have been scrubbing some shit. So we out here, man, we making sure we staying safe, man. We not out here thinking that shit out there still, man. Because people think shit is good after a month. That don't make no sense. If you having trouble with your bra, shit ain't good after a month. It's gonna take some time, baby. Hash that out. No, unless man, you got some rarity, you feel me? You got a rare type of relationship. Maybe.
I gotta get out of there.
Huh?
That shit ain't working out after a month. You gotta get out of there. You know it in a month. You'll know. Trust me.
Go ahead. Speak on that, boy.
You will know.
He's telling y'all.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
He's telling you, man. Go ahead, man. I'm just saying there's people out there that aren't aware, man.
I'm telling you, you'll figure it out. It'll be good.
Y'all figure it out, man. Did you have any more topics you wanted to hit, or what's up?
How you feel? You want to keep going, or you good?
No, I was just asking. I was wondering because I'm like, I saw your phone out. I'm like, it was like you had.
Some... Oh, there is some more topics to go into, man. But you know, I'm just vibing. I'm gonna go into those.
I didn't know you was trying to tackle them all, or you was.
I just want to say something real quick.
There you go.
I mean, say this for a minute. I've been keeping it in for a minute. So I was doing a defensive drill with coach today. And see, every time I do defensive drill with someone, coach was watching. And remember I was telling you, I said, don't turn your back. Don't turn your back. It's just like, I feel like I'm going to turn my back. I did his head, right? Well, when he did it, and he threw, and I did it, he was like, oh, that's a good shoulder roll.
What?
Cause it's the same thing. Cause I see the right. He was like, he was jabbing here, and he threw a hook, and he threw the right, and I just said boom, and it just rolled off, and I just came. He said, oh, because I said that was the same thing. That was the same movement.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, bro? I never forget it, bro. Shaquan, I don't know. That's one of the high desert natives we grew up with, the homie Shaquan. I used to work out with him in his pots in the backyard, right? And his sister used to be back there, right? I swear to God, bro, he was like, because I wouldn't always be there, so when I would come, they might be working on something. He's like, Shaquan, show him the drill. Like, this will show him what we doing yesterday. So Shaquan go do it. Bro, I'm telling you, Shaquan do this shit. He like, nah, do it again. So Shaquan's like, all right. So he did it again. He was like, Shaquan, how you forgot? You forgot what we was doing? Like, show him what we did, son. Like, stop playing around, really show him the drill. So he did it the third time. He was like, get, selections. Show him the drill. Selection did this, bro. I swear to God, bro. She did the same kind of like low key. He did like no faster though. Like she just, and she said, "That's what you're supposed to do." I was like, "Damn!" But in my head, I didn't say. I was like, "Damn!" I mean, he's like, "That's what I did." He said, "No, that's not what you did." He said, "Look, son," and then he did it, but it was crazy. Like he did it mad slow. He did it mad. He did it mad slow. He was like, and then he like he banked it in though. And he was like, I swear, bro. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, and then Shaquan did it. I tell you, bro, all he did was this.
Hey, yo, Strider.
What's good with you, bro? Bro, look, this all Shaquan did, bro. I swear to you, bro. Look. Then I went, and he was like, that's good. And he was like, Shaquan, you ready to do goddamn drill? He was like, yes. He was like, go. This all Shaquan did. He just went faster, bro. He said, and he hit all that. He said, there you go. He said, that's what I've been doing. No, that was right that time, bro. You didn't do that the first time. I was rolling, bro.
Bro, that's how I felt. Because I was like, because it was just natural to me. Because I'm like, he was trying to jab. He tried to go up over the top, and then boom, boom. And I was like, because I was tired, bro. It was at the end of our entire training session, but there was still time left. And he had me doing 1-2s, and I started getting tired. He was like, "You going slower? What? You tired?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's like we 2 hours plus in this bitch." Like, "Yeah, nigga, I'm tired." I'm like, "Nigga, we've been off 2 weeks. We ain't did this shit in a minute." Like, nigga, I'm tired, nigga. So I'm hitting this shit, and he like, "Oh, you tired?" And then he starts just throwing at me, bro. And I'm just like, and I just get in defensive mode, and I'm moving, and I've seen it come. He was like, boom, boom, boom. He came with that too. And after the same shot, I just went boom. But I rolled off to the side. He was like, that's a nice shoulder roll. I was just like, nigga, that's what I always do when I was doing the other times. You told me, nigga, don't turn your back. I love that nigga. That's my coach. I love that nigga, bro. I was just like, what? I was like, you seen it actually in play. Like,
that reminds me of that nigga Coach Gaines when we was young, bro. Like, we used to tell that shit. And then we would do it. He's like, hey, that's a good move right there. He's like, you didn't never do that right there, right?
That look good to him. I was like, so he's seen it in play. I'm like, bro, it's like, I'm not keeping my back. I only turn it when I see the right. Because he'll see it because I'll do it. Sometimes when I see a nigga, like, if they'll twitch or something like that, if I see the right hand come, I do it just for protection to get out. So, but you turn your back. But it's like, nah, because if they actually throw it, I do the exact same thing. It just slid off. I was good.
Yeah. He said, yeah. Yeah, man. We be in here, man. We just telling y'all some shit, man. I told y'all what it was, man. We here with this bullshit, man.
Oh, what's good with it, Estrada?
Estrada, man, he just in Chicago hating on Trubisky, man. Trubisky gonna bring you a title, man. You gonna be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Shit be crazy out here, though, man. Corona is still out there, man.
Excuse me,
And it's hindering everybody.
it's fucking a lot of people up because they can't go out, they can't work, they can't do their regular routine.
The craziest thing, I saw some dude, bro, when I was getting a smoothie, bro. He was like, man, I ain't expect the gym to be shut down this long. I said, oh, me, I ain't expect this shit, man.
The smaller gyms are open, but you gotta understand all the smaller businesses are gonna reopen because you gotta understand there's money to be made. There's money to be made. You understand that? They can't sacrifice as much money in a sense as the bigger businesses. Even then. Also, smaller businesses, they're gonna have more of a rapport with their customers. So customers are gonna be more inclined to be like, oh, I caught the coronavirus, I'm gonna sue you. Or I caught the coronavirus, you were unresponsible. Whether the more businesses, there's not gonna be more of a personal relationship. So bigger businesses, they got to be more careful. At the same time, they can be more cautious because at the same time, you've seen they took most of the money and and even if the small business people gotta understand these SBA loans and things like that, and then they're helping the businesses and they're paying the employers. I'm like, no, anybody who's getting these loans, they're either pocketing or they're paying bills. Because money's slow right now. Niggas ain't spending money. Y'all remember that right there. Life is tough, goddammit.
Right.
And people just trying to find their way through right now. But I encourage everybody who's been affected by COVID, get on your unemployment. Follow through with that shit. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be long, man. It's gonna be a lot of waiting. It's gonna be a lot of bullshit. You just gotta keep on motherfucking trying. Gotta stay resilient.
Way in the water, cheese. Way in the water. God gonna trouble water. Come on out!
Way in the water.
Hey!
Way in the water, children.
Oh!
Way in the water.
God
Gonna
trouble
chuck
water.
water.
Oh, hey, water.
Hallelujah.
Hey, water, cheese.
Hallelujah.
Water.
Hallelujah.
God gonna trouble. Whoa.
Hallelujah. Hey, y'all gotta stay prayed up. Y'all gotta stay blessed up, man. Y'all gotta stay healthy. Y'all gotta make sure y'all stay faithful. Y'all gotta make sure y'all keep the faith, goddamn it.
What's up, man? Is it song time?
We gonna get this on time. Not yet. We got a little bit more news. We gotta tell people.
We got news? All right, man. Blue.
We got some news.
This is the time of the show. Right now, we want to call Wisdom Facts. Go ahead, man.
Wisdom.
Tell us the facts or
This is the intro song to it. Wisdom. Wisdom facts. Wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Wisdom facts. Whoa, whoa, oh. Okay.
This is crazy.
So Donald Trump wraps up. Donald Trump wraps up his Obamagate attacks by saying it's very obvious to everybody what crime his predecessor committed, but refused to offer details. Obamagate is fully in effect.
He's going at Obama?
He's going at Obama's final.
Oh! It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. If you guys don't know, Obama originally, he came at Trump. Remember, we talked about it in one of the lives. Obama originally said, Trump, you didn't handle this situation correctly. He criticized him heavily about how he handled this whole entire coronavirus situation. Say he didn't do it right. He's failed the country. So forth, so far. And Donald Trump hit back to him actually on Mother's Day. He said, hey, you didn't do so well with the swine flu. The swine flu was nowhere near what we're dealing with right now. And you didn't do that good with that. So how are you going to come at me? There's new reports coming on. I'm not going to give you guys false information. So I'm not going to say anything that's coming straight out of my mind or out of my memory. I'm going to give you guys some facts. So let me give you guys some facts. Let me give you guys some facts. Excuse me. I'm yelling. So Donald Trump demands Chuck Todd is fired, and his bosses at NBC are prosecuted by the FCC for editing tapes of Bill Barr discussing clearing Mike Flynn as he rages against sleazy hit job. Why are we talking about Mike Flynn? Mike Flynn, you guys don't remember, he's a lawyer that was taken down that was associated with Donald Trump. He's in jail at this moment. Obama, there's tapes coming out. Obama was actually talking about, in somewhat way, allegedly, let me say this first, allegedly, conspiring to take down Michael Flynn, or willing to threaten him to make sure that he lies or they lied to get him in jail. That's the word right now. So we have a lot
They're
of
trying to get Obama in jail?
Well, they were trying to get Michael Flynn in jail. He was a collaborative person involved in a situation when it comes to Michael Flynn, who was a lawyer of Donald Trump. And when they put him in jail, it had to do with the whole Russian shit, the whole Russian bullshit. And it was like, hey, look, man, we're gonna put you in jail because we don't want, or at the same time, we're gonna make you look a certain way because we don't want Trump to be a president. They didn't want Trump to be in president so bad that they were willing to be like, hey, we want to make Michael Flynn look a certain type of way because he's connected with Trump. So forth and so what? That's what Trump is making it seem like. They want to come at him. There's actually reports, leaked documents saying that this might actually be true. Trump claims we have prevailed on testing and that there will be tests for everyone who wants it very soon, despite his aide saying only 12 million will be tested by May 31st. U.S. coronavirus crisis could be over by the end of July, experts predict, but relaxing lockdowns and closure by 40% could extend the outbreak through August. That's good news.
August?
That's good news.
That is good news. Control it until the second phase. That's bullshit then, man. That's like stalling.
U.S. processing plants quadruple pork exports to China despite COVID-19 slowing down production by up to 40% and warnings of meat supply shortages for Americans.
Meat supply shortages?
Meat supply shortages.
So we're going to have less meat to sell?
It's already happening. U.S. death rate for coronavirus is 1.3%, 10 times more fatal than the seasonal flu, but less deadly than the Hughes initial prediction of 2%. Coronavirus is blamed for 75% of New York City's 24,000 excess deaths as fatalities tripled the usual rate at the height of the outbreak. Let me give you guys a couple more just so you know what's going on. Let's see.
That tells y'all, folks, what's going on, what we have to prepare for. We have to prepare for mental and psychological warfare. That's what's going to happen right now, man. Everybody's at home. So everybody has to be on what we're on right now, technology. Anybody that watches this and gets this far, just know that we have to come together in our minds and start understanding what's real and what's not. What's important and what's essential.
Listen, I'm not sure if times are going to get easier. I'm not sure if times are going to get harder. But I'm going to say this because I want to help the people. Because a lot of people don't motherfucking notice. A lot of people are in a situation, they don't know where the money come from, how they're going to pay their bills, they're going to pay the rent, things like this. Look, you can't rely on the government for shit. But they did pass a bill. When a bill was passed, it's very similar to the Constitution. It's very similar to the law, things like that. When it's actually put into play, it's going to be upheld, which is why some people got the stimulus checks. Some people are still waiting on it, but it's going to come. You're going to get it. If you don't get it, there was a way. If you haven't gotten it, you're supposed to put your information into the IRS. I think there's still time. Go to the IRS, put your information in. If you don't have it yet, they'll be able to make sure to get it to you. If you miss it this time, you're going to get it the next time around, which means that you're going to get it next year with a tax refund. You're supposed to get the tax refunds. So, but make sure you put your information on the IRS. Get that. But if you don't get it this time, you get it with your tax refund. So don't worry. Even if you don't get it now, you're going to get it later.
And you know what's crazy? The refund was like FA.
Basically that's what it is. And so you'll get both of those, and then just make sure for this particular time, a lot of people who are waiting for money from the government, they don't know if they're going to rely on it. I'm not the guy to actually come to and believe, but from what the reports are going on, you're going to get something else. Something's going to go. Right? You're going to get something. A lot more people are going to be qualified to get it, and a lot more people are going to get it. It's going to be more, but don't rely on it. Don't make that your end-all be-all. people affected, people who actually want to work, people who need that job, or people who are waiting for the job, or people who want to have more hours with the job, whatever it may be. Make sure you go to unemployment, file your unemployment. You are owed a certain amount of money from that as well to cover what you're not making from the job you're supposed to be getting. It's a long process, but you're going to have to be patient. You can't get frustrated, and you have to just realize as long as you just keep making sure you're updating it and keep looking after it, it's going to seem like it's not going to come, but sooner or later, man. I was seeing comments everywhere. I was like, man, this is bullshit. But I just kept doing it. But
hey, be careful for hornets out here, man. Be careful. Be careful.
That's it. The thing, the extra money that's supposed to come with it is coming. The extra 600 you're supposed to get is there. It shows up. It shows up in my shit.
Hey, I don't want to cut off what he was saying, but did you watch his old podcast? I mean,
no, I haven't watched Zoe. With me.
He was talking about a volcano that they was trying to maybe excel. You know what I'm saying? They were saying this volcano in Yellowstone has the capacity it erupts, it can block out the sun, like fumes and shit.
That's interesting because at the moment, man, we have some unprecedented type of weather that's going on. Anybody who doesn't believe in global warming, I wonder how they feel about the weather that's going on right now. It's normal. We have snow going on in the east area. Some record snow amount when it comes to the inches that are falling. Even where we're at right now, you know what I'm saying? We get a couple of days of sun, but for the most part, got a lot of rain, a lot of cloudy weather. Very weird in the time that we're in right now. What I mean by that is the month. So if anybody said global warming is real, I'm just saying the type of weather that we're experiencing, man, across the globe, or very simple, across the United States, and like it's just different. We're gonna start seeing winter and summer, and summer and winter.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be reversed.
Or will there ever be summer again? Because you got to remember, vitamin D is very important and essential to the human body. Vitamin D comes from the sun that you can get naturally. You don't have to necessarily ingest it any type of way. Just being out in the sun, you get vitamin D. So if somehow you find a way to prevent the sun from being able to be shown, you know what I'm saying, people are going to be weaker. You know, they have no choice. But, to be weak. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Is any of this real?
But I'm just like that. Like when he was talking about that volcano, and they were saying, like, you know how Bill Gates did a simulation on the coronavirus in October. They said they were trying to do a simulation of the volcano, like if it was to erupt, what could happen, what could potentially happen is blocking out the sun. So they're saying that Bill Gates funded something. I gotta kind of watch it again. I was listening to it, you know how that kind of goes, high and out. But yeah, man, when he was talking about that, I'm like, damn, because he was saying it's a certain type of volcano, like how big it is. So it's not going to erupt like other volcanoes that people are normal to. It's like way more powerful. It has the ability to block out the sun. And he's saying with no sun, we could have an ice age and the speed of an ice age. I was just like, damn, like I'd be cold at like 30 degrees, my nigga. I can't expect like -50. That'd be crazy, or -100. That'd be a different way of living.
I don't necessarily believe that.
I'm not saying I believe it or not, but like, then you even thought of that could happen. It's like, cause I'm like, even if they can speed it up or not, I'm like, that's inevitable. It's going to happen.
I think where we are right now is we're gonna have to be careful with people's privacy, people's ability to live more.
What you mean, going?
What people assume to be normal. The U.S. being different from places like Russia, China, Korea, Africa. It's only a matter of time.
So what's going to happen?
That we're going to end up being in this, not saying like financial state or well-being, but government rule. Okay, damn. You know what I'm saying? The way they watch us.
Yeah,
they control us.
Like as
the
much
way they want us to move.
I see what you're saying.
The things we do.
Like we look at certain countries within Africa, or would it be cities? Certain cities in Africa that we're like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, or even China, how they watch everything you do if you watch certain things. But I'm like, everything is tracked when we watch stuff, isn't it? For the most part. So I'm like, at the end of the day, everything is calculated for a reason. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know if it's determining what they should move next, like, or do they feel like what they're trying to do is working? I don't know what their data is for, but it's for a purpose, I feel so.
Yo.
And what I'll be thinking, okay, do you feed them right shit? You know what I'm saying? Or do you, it's weird because when you start thinking about what they watch, it's like, damn. So it's like, if I watch something that's informational, do they think certain? Do they add up something different about? Do they add? Oh, okay, he's more informative now. He's less. You get me? Like, is there always an update daily that shows different types? You get me?
Yeah.
How down to the detail are we getting to when they're watching? I feel like a lot of people think it's just like simple as like, oh, they watch your bank account here and there, just make certain stuff is good, and they make sure everybody.
Nah, it's more than that.
I know it's more than that, but I'm not, bro.
Because I'm like, a regular motherfucker sees your bank account. I'm like, think about if you go up. That's why I never do that shit, man. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like calling in and asking for bank. Because I'm like, a regular nigga, man, he's just a regular nigga working 9 to 5. He sees your bank account. He has your information. Nobody ever thinks about that shit. The motherfucker on the other line that you talking to that's helping you with your bank account, they see all your information. They a regular nigga that's going home and eating a meal. All your shit exposed. Like, niggas don't think about that now. They be thinking, like, man, I'm talking to a robot and that shit safe. Like, nigga, that nigga can write that shit down if you want to.
They're automatically recorded. So all they had to do is just go back and listen.
But they want to be on some sneaky shit and pass that to the homie. But I'm going home. I'll catch y'all. Hey, nigga, this is the bank account. Whole lot of bullshit. But yeah, let's do this, man. We gonna end the stream. We've been going. You know what I'm saying? It's late. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be our first, titled stream that doesn't have to do with Corona. How about that? It's gonna be the first one that doesn't have nothing to do with Corona.
Well, I feel like our fight Saturday was our first one.
That's right. So second one. I'm
like that. Hey,
it's a comment, right?
I like that comment. Whoever.
I forgot what he said.
Shout out. I'm gonna go right now. We're gonna shout you out, man, because that was a great comment. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, and shout out to everyone in the chat today. I expect it.
Shout
out to Patrick. Shout out to Ty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Damien Stroud. Shout out to Patrick, man. You got to say first name from the coach.
Man, awesome. Crazy. It was Top X. He said, fantastic job. Keep going. I would love to be friends.
Hey, man.
Shout out to Top X, man. Appreciate the comment, man. Appreciate everybody that watched the video. Go check that video out. Absolutely. It's long, but I feel like you're gonna hear a lot of great things in there.
Absolutely. And we're gonna be back tomorrow, man. We're gonna talk about the card that's gonna be happening on Wednesday for UFC. That doesn't mean necessarily we're gonna go live for some of it. I'm not gonna say we're gonna go live for all of it. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about some future boxing sports, some future boxing fights that might happen. You know what I'm saying? We might have a coronavirus stimulus update for you guys. Maybe an unemployment update for you guys as well. But just remember, to all my people who are hurting, looking for the next stimulus check, go file for that unemployment if you're affected by COVID. You will get the money. You just gonna have to go through a lot of hoops. But if you go through those hoops, it will come eventually. Just do the right thing, man. I'm telling you. But we're gonna get up out of here, man, soon. As always, Black Goose TV, we ended with that Black Goose vibe.
I don't know what this is gonna sound like, so we're gonna
roll with it. Yeah. As always, man, it might end up being one song, it might end up being two songs. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. You wanna start? You wanna start it? How you feeling?
Fuck, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm in a place. I feel like I'm about to go out of space. I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
I'm feeling in shape.
Yeah.
I feel it relate.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta get money. I feel like I gotta get cake. She shaking that cake.
Yeah.
She shaking that ass.
Shaking that ass.
I gotta go grab.
I gotta go grab.
I feel like I'm bad.
I feel like I'm bad.
I feel like I'm
mic.
I feel like a mic.
I can never stop.
I ain't gonna stop.
She wanted the pipe.
Yeah. They calling my phone up, they never know someone like me.
Stop.
The way they be watching, I'm moving, I'm different, I swear that I'm me.
Big.
I'm smoking on something, I got a little drink in my cup and I got a little tree. The way that she looking at me, I swear that she loving on me. I just be rolling, I feel like they loving, I ain't gonna stop now. I got a little bitch in the back, feel like I'm about to go wet time.
Yeah.
About to explode, I feel like I'm just a be bomb. I got my little bitch in the back. I just be smoking on bombs.
We just be trooping and we just be hooping. I'm hooping like I gotta get to the dollars and she looking like she just trying to be too. She keeping that ass up, trying to go up in the mashup. I'm looking at her like she about to go beating. I pull up and coop out the dash. I'm doing the miles, I'm doing it. I'm looking at her like she doing it. She shaking her ass and I love it. She know that I really just love it. I don't really love her though. I'm not lying in the game. I'm trying to get money, I'm trying to get dollars, but I don't want none of that fame.
Whoa,
yeah. To the left and move to the right. I feel like I gotta get dollars, but I'm not here, baby, sipping the duff in the spot. I'm over here feeling like I'm on the rise, I'm on the kite. I feel like you motherfucker gonna go. You ride up on like a bike.
It's been a little different.
Yeah.
She act like she switching. I swear this shit tempting. I swear I'll be kicking. All these hoes out.
Wow.
I never had doubt.
Wow.
I feel like my trout. Hitting these bitches, then I be just rolling like feeling like they niggas calling my phone when I ain't got no time to disassassinate. I got my bitch in the back, she be dashing shit. I got that bitch, she be twerking, I love that shit. I ain't got time for no bullshit. I feel like I just be the coolest. Common Lupe, I'm the coolest. Niggas got no time for it. There's a little shit, got some tool shit. Niggas get mad, like I be preaching for cold pitch. You foolish, you talking so crazy. The thing that you dope with, I guess like I got your bitch the back. I fluence the way she just be smacking, the way she be whacking. Love the way that she be moving. She just be calling my phone and she call me so crazy. She just be supporting. Ain't no time for that hoe. Ain't no time, I ain't know. Ain't no time about the road. Got a little white little snow.
Corona, made this shit Corona.
Yeah.
Everything Corona.
Yeah.
This shit I'm on Corona.
Yeah.
I'm sipping on Corona.
Whoa.
She twerking for Corona.
Whoa.
She working for Corona.
Yeah.
I'm going for Corona.
Whoa.
Hot. I'm going for Corona.
Yeah.
Corona.
Yeah. Hot.
I feel like Corona.
I feel like a bro.
Corona.
I'm
doing the Corona.
Yeah.
I feel like Corona.
Yeah.
Feel like Corona.
When I hit this song hard, niggas get mad at us. I don't give a fucking drunk. Hey, time I be moving, got your bitch in the back, she be coming hard. I don't got no time, nigga. I be rolling up, I be feeling on. Sipping and feeling like these niggas hate on me. When I be feeling I'm moving, I swear I know these niggas make us stop it jiggy. Yeah, you bitch, she love me. Call out my phone and she talking some crazy. I know I'm doing something different. Gotta just call me yesterday. All right, we're gonna hit y'all with one more and we out this bitch, y'all.
I don't know if this one's gonna sound like either, so.
You already know how you do.
Welcome to the world, new Jolly Rancher gummies.
Jolly Rancher gummies. We gonna call it that. Huh?
Yeah. You wanna call it? What's up? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I swear it'd be crazy the way I be feeling. These bitches be calling me for. I ain't got no time. I swear I be chillin' on my phone. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do. I swear I just be always alone. You mad at me? You talking crazy? Cause I got the different to talk. I just be feeling like all these niggas they watching me crazy. I swear I'm going like I don't wanna do. I just call up my baby. You mad at a nigga? I feel some different nigga. I just be waiting. You call me a different type of nigga. Well, you just mad cause you lazy. I be working on a different type of level, nigga. All of my money, that's where I got time. I'm gonna stack up the figures. You never see me, I got time. I be moving. You call me a killer. My little bitty, she looking so good. I swear I just be different. Calling my phone, I feel like I'm about to just get her.
Get it.
My niggas in, he about to roll up. He about to just roll up. You know my niggas got your bitches to circle like donut. You don't really know that. Go ahead, God.
We smoking the love, we only smoking on the gas.
Yeah.
All of them bitches is hating on me, they be laughing. They all in the pad.
Yeah.
She shaking ass.
Shaking the ass.
I'm throwing the cash.
Throwing the
And
cash.
she throwing the bag.
She
I
throwing
be
it
feeling
back.
like I gotta get it now. I feel like the truth. I feeling like a Paul Pierce in the booth. I'm looking at it now. She know I'm the booth.
She
I'm
know
just
I'm
pulling
the
up and I'm in the coupe. I'm looking at it now. She know I'm the truth. She get in the car. She give me the toppy. I give her the dollar. She give me the sloppy. I'm out here feeling like I'm about to get to the dollars. I hear that she calling me poppy. I'm out here feeling like I gotta get to the dollars and I gotta get me a locky. I'm feeling like I might be a Loki. I'm feeling like I gotta get a dolly. You out here feeling like you gotta go in and I'm feeling like I gotta get a rollie. I'm out here feeling like I'm chilling with my nigga flu. I'm feeling like I gotta do. I'm looking at her now, she about to give with me cause she know that I'm about to true. I'm about to get jealous, I'm about to stack her up. You looking at her now, she acting up. She really young, she booty, but I fuck with her because she really ratchet up.
Yeah, she know she on some different shit. Got me just feeling a certain type of way. She moving, I told her every day I'm call her up and make her feel like a way. She loving me, she don't got no time. I got her wetter than like you in the lake. She never know about me, singing like Drake. I ain't got no time, a nigga, I'ma take. I ain't got no time, I'm really about to make. She loving on me, that's the thing. I don't be tripping, my nigga, you saying. I ain't got no tripping, I just be on me. I got a little bitch, she be talking like she know me, but really she don't know how I be moving. Got a little bitch in the back as I'm moving. Niggas already know they already confluence. I influence that little bitch in the back. Rolling up, I feel like I'm about to tag. Y'all niggas mad because I be on shit. Got you never know I'm bouncing some back. I be a different type of nigga moving like, yeah. I don't be tripping, pouring up a little bit of shit, man. Call I say, yeah. Got a blunt up in hand. Told that bitch I'm the man. Niggas mad, I don't stand. I listen, nigga, gotta stand. Hold up, I got that bitch a handstand. Her booty moving, it's a band. Y'all niggas be mad cause I'm on. I ain't never stopping that nigga. A different type of nigga. Every time he be moving, they be watching me though. Money made me feel like y'all getting mad because y'all niggas moving, y'all moving so slow. I don't got no time, I light up like niggas got mad like a light, I be glow. I really got roll a little blunt in my weed while I just smoke. Yeah.
That's how we coming, baby. Energy. That's all we coming with, man. We come with bars all the time, man. We do this shit, man.
We're gonna be back tomorrow, man. It's gonna be the first time ever we're gonna have a sports topic, man. We're gonna be back. It's gonna be the original, man. You ain't seen us do it in a long time. We're gonna give you an update on everything that's going on, obviously, but we're gonna make it a little bit less about the coronavirus, a little bit less about the quarantine because the world is back. We are trying to reopen up. We're trying to go back to normal, so we're gonna try to make it like it's normal tomorrow. And so yeah, I hope y'all tune in for that. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat today, and we're gonna be back tomorrow. You heard me?
Thanks, man. As always, man. Stay blessed.
And stay up, baby. Coronavirus ain't shit.
You crazy.